Hell, you gonna take that? Yes.
I don't think we get to decide where we're going.
I think we do.
What do you
I
mean?
assume we're
Simon?
about to be told where we're going. That's why we were led down here.
He just gestures toward the old tire tracks of the other vehicle.
Okay, Colonel, time to answer the phone or to hand it off to someone who will.
He's gonna shake his head and open it and hold it up to himself.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Colonel, hi. It's Kiki.
Uh-huh.
He hangs up.
He hangs up. Listen, you made it to the van, right? Hello?
What van?
Well, the producer said there was going to be a van. And once you got inside...
The producer said there was gonna be a van?
Yeah. I'm just supposed to relay a message.
We have stupid body cams on. There's no way to game this system. Alright, what did she say?
Kiki will say... Well, she'll spout off a set of coordinates, and she'll say... You're supposed to head in that direction. There's gonna be 2 guys who meet you. They'll take you from there. The producer wants everyone to know that though things are kind of messy, it's almost over.
Yeah. I expect they're going to be seeing the underside of a coffin soon.
Just head to those coordinates. And I'll see you soon.
Oh, good. I'm gonna hang up on Kiki.
There is GPS on the phone that you are able to use. And generally the van is kind of looking expectantly at you, Colonel.
The van's looking at me expectantly?
Everyone in the van. The contents of the van.
Oh,
That's
Fucking
Frontier.
magic school bus.
We all just keep shooting it until it's dead.
Some stuff on the desert there he took.
I'm gonna
Fucking Kara's bloody clothing.
throw it with little regard for aim into Josephine.
Okay. Yeah, she will flip it and look at the GPS coordinates if they're there.
Yeah, they'll be there.
Okay, we know where we're going. I'll sit up front and make sure we get there. Sam, you good to go?
Yeah. He'll
Okay.
clamber into the driver's seat, and he'll kick the thing off.
Perfect.
And he'll drive out of the canyon mouth, and as he does, you can see that it's a little bit of a discreet. It's sort of blocked by the canyon wall. It gives you a little bit of extra cover, but you guys head quickly out onto the road. Where? You drive for it's about an hour.
Alright, so... We have time to talk on the way then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Carmine's gonna turn to Jesse, and he's gonna say, so who got to the mansion first?
I think it was me and Brian were the first 2.
It was you and Brian, and what did you walk into?
Um, The mansion? Fran will say. I mean, the mansion was in pretty good condition when we got here. We had a lot of technological stuff to set up.
All
I
right.
mean, I didn't do much of that. I'm not really good with my hands.
When did Kara arrive?
Jesse will say, I think third.
So right after the two of you.
Yes.
And what? She goes and sets up her bat cave?
I mean, who else is gonna do it? Carmine.
And when did the blackouts start?
I mean, she was the one who figured out how to do them.
So the producer is capable of what? Blowing up a hospital on the opposite side of the country, of hacking into Wall Street and deleting entire shit. The entire stock portfolio of top third businesses in all of the New York Stock Exchange, but he can't stop a post grad from what? Turning the lights off in his building?
What are you implying, Carmine?
Implying that I think it's fairly obvious to say who had the ability. I mean, frankly, it was either her or you, Jesse.
Or me?
Yeah.
What about you? You're always there when shit goes wrong.
All right, we're not doing this.
Oh no, we're doing this. Okay, Kara was my friend. She was there from the time I got there, and we were the only ones trying to figure out how to shut this shit down.
Yeah, and I'm sure she ran you in circles, guiding you away from figuring out that it was her.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
It's not your fault, Jesse. You probably had a few good ideas, and then she knew what to lock up. She was fishing. Maybe. And then Carmine went and ran his mouth, and of course she knew.
We show up, and who's asking, why is everybody here? Oh, Trent, did you figure out who's lying yet? Nobody else is asking shit like that except for Kara. She's the only one trying to incite drama, sitting in her little chair watching it all happen, unfolding. You know, I walked up to her past cameras, past all of the shit that's supposed to get me or Diane killed. And I asked her, oh, it would be sure a bad thing if a blackout happened right now. And she just turned the power off. And then she reached over and showed me how to turn my shit off. The producer won't know if you turn it off like this.
You don't know how to turn a mic off?
I know how to turn a mic off. She's just very familiar with all of the equipment.
I won't hear another word. This is ridiculous.
All right.
Your guilty conscience can't save you, Doctor. Just because you got someone killed. Jesse turns away from you like the petulant 23-year-old he is.
And then she leaves this fucking. She just keeps talking to whoever's listening.
Oh,
She leaves
Christ.
this stick for me to find in her room when she leaves because she's been uncovered. It's just. I don't see how it's anybody but Kara. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I never wanted to do anything to put the rest of you at risk, but I got a vibe from her from the beginning. It's like you've got the TV guy, you've got the sound guy, you've got the driver, the handyman, and then you've
Hacker.
you've got what?
Yeah.
The fucking hacker? I'm sorry, why would you need that? What did she do?
She saw everything.
Yeah. Until she didn't, and she left.
Hiding
And then
in
it
a
was just
cave.
more messages. Go find her. I give you $1 billion. I give you this. I give you an X. I give you that if you find her. I don't buy any of it. I think she's bored or crazy or wants to send a message. I think she's whatever the fuck CryptoBite is. And I think she's who we're gonna see when we get there.
Well, Carmine, you've successfully made the car really uncomfortable. Most of the crew don't really want to address what you're saying.
I clearly I microwaved seafood in the office office break room.
What do you think of Q4 Marvel?
What?
Quarter 4 Marvel movies. Let's talk about that.
Something I've been wondering about is who's Anne? She mentions an Anne in her last line.
Maybe her sister. Maybe she really has a sister. Maybe a friend or a lover.
Don't ever say lover again.
Love her. We're
Especially
50.
not in front of Troy.
Shred rolls down the window and throws up.
You're so fucking old, dude.
Dude, you're too old.
I too have taken a lover, Trent.
Trent's rolling down the windows this whole time.
Well, then either this entire thing that you found is a plant, or she's being played just like we are.
We still have our loved ones, and we still got to get to wherever we're going.
Doesn't change anything just because we know who it is.
No, not really.
Alright. You guys arrive at the coordinates, which is pretty far out of the town. It's near a set of train tracks, and you turn off into a gravel driveway that looks to have some older, impoverished homes. And flip this music off for now. And you guys drive into a lot that looks pretty run down by the train tracks. And there are two people waiting for you.
God, they got COVID.
Oh shit.
I got COVID.
Mac, is that a Gregory Crudson photo?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think Mac's the type to check the credits.
No worries.
Art
I mean, we all
station
steal
searches.
shit. Yeah.
This was like the last thing I did today was make these two bozos, and I grabbed assets so fast.
We don't know that they're not important yet. Don't call them bozos.
I mean, they are important, but they're also my bozos.
One is called Bozo.
One's Bo and the other Zo.
One of those could be the producer.
Wells Fargo. Can we meet again?
Wells and Fargo.
So you guys pull up, and you kind of all pile out of the van.
Jesus. Yeah. Carefully get out. Is that guy armed like he is in his photo?
Yes, absolutely. That one is armed.
Okay.
And they're both wearing tags that specifically say security.
Say bozo.
They say bozo. And they'll walk up, or at least this gentleman will kind of walk up to greet you all as you depart.
I'm still armed unless told otherwise.
Yeah. Same.
He'll look at you all and say, the whole group, obviously the crew is here too, but I'm not going to pull them all in. He'll say, we're going to be on foot from here.
All right, I'm guessing there's not many questions we can ask you too.
You can ask whatever you want, but I can only answer a certain amount. Well, that's certain questions. Fuck me.
I'm only allowed to answer 6 questions.
I can only answer lies or truths.
Well, let's... Good.
You coerced, or are you getting paid for this?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the situation in terms of my contract.
No, let's skip it. What can you tell us?
I can tell
Guessing-
you that.
Good.
Sorry. I can tell you that it's about a 45-minute walk from here.
End of list?
and that when you get there, you are going to be separated. The crew, from that point on, will be dismissed.
Are them and their loved ones safe?
Yes.
Big sigh of relief, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally, people are excited about the concept.
How about our loved ones? Are they in there?
You are headed to face your final challenge. Let's not stand around.
Nice, yeah.
And he'll begin walking with his silent entourage across the train tracks. He'll say, keep up.
What'd you fucking say to me?
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all the crew is probably pretty ecstatic to get to where we're going, so.
Absolutely. Nia, more ecstatic than the rest. She is pretty much keeping exact pace with the two strangers. Everyone else has sort of fallen in line with you.
Oh, did we get a rest in that drive or no?
Yes, absolutely. You all received rest on that drive.
Is that just stress, or is that also refresh fate points?
It'll refresh fate points.
Wow, okay. Cool.
Does my
Mild.
yeah, the one that was mending, does that go away?
Yep.
Okay.
What happens
Also,
when
the
we go?
aspect that we created from my stunt should be gone too. That was just for the one encounter.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Sean?
Mine moderate still? I don't. Or is it mild now? I don't remember.
No, so your moderate's still mending. Technically, moderates need. Is it a session?
Time's so nebulous that it kind of depends on the DM and the situation we're playing in. It could be like a day or two.
Yeah, your moderate's still mending, but it's mending, which means it's on its way to being healed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Y'all walk across the train tracks, and true to this gentleman's word, it's about a 45-minute walk. It's kind of lightly raining at this point. It's growing darker, and there's kind of a rolling fog as a storm sort of rolled in. And you guys head toward the furthest edge of town, where there's just kind of a lot of construction equipment and construction that was started at one point, but it seems to have been discontinued due to whatever reason, funding, hard to say. But
Yep.
It's pretty desolate out here, and you eventually derail from the tracks and walk into what looks like old construction. And the gentleman lead you through the old construction and up to the building. At which point, here we go. At which point, they stop before just kind of a junction, and he'll say, "The rest of the crew, you're gonna go through that door." And he's gonna point to a door to his left. "Participants, you're going to follow me. We're gonna go through this door behind me." And he points to the door behind him. From there, we're going to be going down several flights of stairs, and then you'll each be assigned a door. Do you have any more questions?
I don't think so.
No, just wanted to say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for doing what you could for us, and I'm glad that something came out of this for you all.
Bill will clap a hand on your shoulder. sort of in disbelief. I'll say, whatever you gotta do.
I'll do it. Thanks, Bill.
Brian is gonna look at you, Colonel, and he's gonna say, are you gonna be okay in here?
No, I don't think so.
He'll walk up and he'll offer you a hug. He'll wrap his arms around you.
I'll
You have
sit
to be
there,
strong.
sit there disaffected for a moment before embracing Brian, saying, I don't know if the strength that I've had has been enough for this competition.
Well, if not for you, I wouldn't have made it this far. And I'm still scared, but I have to believe that there's going to be something good that comes out of this. Just, if I can impart any of the strength that you've shown me and the kindness that you've shown me, just don't lose yourself.
Brian Bachman,
Brian Butman.
it was an honor to know a good man throughout this, and while I cannot reassure you that this was not a complete net negative as orchestrated by a self-aggrandizing psychopath with means and a twisted sense of justice, what you can do is be better to those around you, and if you believe in any example set by old Cornelius, then it is just to behave as you think I would have toward another, as I tried to. But also, just look after yourself, because there are some things too great.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Gonna gently push him on his way.
You will fall in line with the sort of ambling crowd. Jesse will sort of take one last look back at everybody with his hands in his pockets. Pretty forlorn, following the car ride. And Marco will just kind of put an arm around him, and the rest of the crew will amble toward the entrance that they are guided to, and vanish inside, leaving only you five. The gentleman waits for everybody to have been gone. He goes up to the door where the crew went inside, and he locks it. And then he
3PO.
directs you all toward the next door, and he opens it with a security code. And as the door opens, there's just kind of like dim, like there's lights, the electrical lights that are never bright enough. They're kind of uncomfortable on the eye. And the security guard holds it open for you while he descends, and he says, "Follow me." And you all descend just levels of stairs. There's flights and flights. You go down maybe 6, 7 stories. Clearly, whatever this was, it was built partially underground, though left incomplete. At each flight, there's a different door, but you guys get to it's not quite the bottom. You can still tell that there's more below you, but you stop where you're going to stop. He goes to another door and opens it for you. Let me make sure this is appropriately. And you guys enter a hallway where there are 5 doors.
Hey, there's 5 of us.
Whoa!
There's only 4 of us.
Oh shit.
Where do you think we are?
There are 5 doors directly in front of you. And he directs, and he says, you're all going to turn over your weapons. There's a security guard over here. And then you're going to stand in front of the door. The security officer walks forward and offers his hand out for weaponry.
I give everything.
Samuel reluctantly does so.
I mean, can I keep my shield? That's not a
No.
weapon. The fuck?
You'll have no need for it moving forward.
I don't know that. Is the doctor able to heal me at all before we start? Because I do have a new mild.
I could take a look at him real quick if you don't mind.
Take your time.
Trent's gonna be like, I got shot again.
Always getting shot, Trent. Let me look at you.
I'm not always getting shot.
You're always
It
getting
happened
shot.
a couple times.
Oh, you're a tough son of a bitch, though. You always pick yourself back up. It's gonna be a fun story. A lot of
Well-
people could say I got shot all the time, like you can. He's kind of muttering as he's treating you.
That'll make it mending.
Well, we have a...
Oh, okay.
Oh, alright.
Uh-oh.
Max getting in her car, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm
You like
so
Red Bull,
sorry.
huh? No.
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 Oh my god! I get up and I sprint away from my computer. When I come back, I just have a Dunkin' like coffee and I'm sipping on.
I was trying to like, I was like, oh, I can make it till like 1, but then I drank too much coffee, so.
See, every time we play Dark Souls, I don't know what I think's gonna happen if I just get up and use the bathroom. Like, it's always like an emergency when I get up to pee.
You can't pause. Of course it's an emergency.
There's so many opportunities though. So many times we're like back at a bonfire, and I'm like, I'll wait till the next one.
So I want to just get a general read. Like, we're at a point now where I feel like we could theoretically finish tonight. The thing is, it might not be by 1. So what's people's schedules? Like, how do we feel about pushing for an extra like 30? If no, that's fine. Just
Yeah, I don't think I'll make it.
Okay.
I start falling asleep in the last bit.
Aw,
This'll,
Don't.
it's
that was
good.
an adoration awe, not like a feel bad guilt awe.
No, I
Like
know.
a, oh, little slugger's asleep on the couch awe.
At the risk of being the guy, next week I am working Thursday night, just so everyone knows that.
God.
I was going to say that at one point, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we have a lot of obligations, so
Yeah, it should be relatively easy for us to move it then.
yeah.
Then we'll go through this last little section. We'll probably stop around 1, and then we'll have a little bit of content left after that. So after everyone has been prepared, you are all intended to stand behind a door. So
Sean
pick
had
your door.
one thing before we cut. Did you still want to do whatever it was, Sean?
Oh yeah, what's up, John?
Oh, he was just going to say, well, behind each one of those doors, I doubt, is a delicious meal for each of us. So, no doubt, or just expect there to be some sort of curveball we're thrown with this whole thing, everybody. That's all.
They called it a challenge. Of course, there's going to be a curveball. Good to look out, though. Let's see what's on those doors.
All right. So you each take a door. And as you do, the security guard makes a quick buzz with his device, and each of the doors open inward, and you're greeted by each an individual dark hallway. that you're
The
able to go
scary guy
inside.
with like a witch doctor mask chases you with a hook.
we,
The last,
we have to face our greatest fear.
the last challenge is an escape room.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family, son.
Fucking Carmine's ex-wife is in one room. Fucking Josephine's got a live rattlesnake in her room.
Think it's a key? Yeah, it's a key.
Do you
What's the
see a
key go to?
symbol that's like an upside down horseshoe?
No,
No?
no.
Did you say you did?
Do you have a key?
55555.
Not right
Four.
now. Kane, that's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
22.
What's the key go to?
There's no passcodes. We don't have anything for that. Shut the fuck up. So
Guys,
it's
you
like,
only have 2 minutes left to solve the escape room.
it's like an N with a circle at the top. Does anyone have that in their room?
Has anyone seen Saw 2?
Found the lasers.
I don't know what the lasers are.
I touched the laser.
You each go in your individual hallway.
Carmine's
Okay.
dead.
It's just kind of a long, dark strip with what looks to be monitors along the walls. Kind of like, you know, if you've ever waited at line in Disneyland, and like when you're waiting in line, they've got all these little like things to look at while you're waiting in line, and like taking the slowest time to get through the fucking wait ever. It's kind of like that.
Like a
There's just-
standees and all that.
It's dark. It's a very featureless hallway except for these monitors, which at first just produce the Save Me logo. And then as the doors behind you shut and you can hear the kind of like prison-like mechanisms locking them back together, you see that the monitors start to change. And each of you are witnessing the same thing, though obviously separated. The first thing you see is a picture of a young girl. She's like 5, maybe. She's in like a little dress. And the text below it reads, "This is Anne Moore. When she was born, her parents thought she was perfect. She was lovely, smart, and kind. In their perfect daughter, they only saw opportunity." There are pictures of her at a slightly older age, but still very young, in pageant dresses. She competed in pageants from a very early age, you can tell. But then, as she continues to get older, you see she's still in pageantry. Pictures of her and presumably her mother, a much older woman, standing with her. The text continues. When Anne Moore was 17, she began her modeling career. Her demanding mother and drunk father were very proud. At the age of 17, Anna Moore also began to abuse medication and other substances due to the pressure of providing for her demanding family. Another picture, kind of like one of her, seemingly some other people on a set of a stage, her also getting a phone call. The text continues. At the age of 22, she would land a role in the reality show The Bachelor. This launched her television and social career. It changed her life forever. From this point forward, she began to shoot commercials and ad campaigns for fashion designers. The pressures of this lifestyle began to break her. her health began to decline. She tried to get help. But the media followed her struggle with addiction. The relentless comments of agents, the media, anonymous voices, and even her own mother caused her to relapse time and time again. At the age of 25, Anne Moore was cast in a reality show that would never air. During the filming, she overdosed. Her family received a small settlement in compensation. She is survived by her mother, Lana Moore, father, Jack Moore, and older sister, Cara Moore. At the end of the hallway, there's a single table, and each of you see that on that table there's a 9mm gun for you, if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll take it up.
Anne would have wanted this.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
As you all reach the end of the hallway and the screens behind you go black, the same sort of buzzing and disengaging of the locks on the doors in front of you hiss, and you are all let out into this room. You don't see before you because roll 20. Okay, hold on. 20s. Here we go. You are let out into this room, in which there is a large open room here where you all meet up again. You can see each other. You're all in the same space. There is a panel here, which seems to be like windows. And beyond them is another room filled with computer screens and a figure sitting in a chair who turns to face you as you enter the room. You're greeted by Kara, who swivels in her chair and greets you all with, well, congratulations, everyone. I'm glad you made it.
I'm looking around at the others.
Yeah, just waiting.
Trent just nods and says, "That makes sense. I like him beautiful and strong."
Oh. I'm sorry about Anne, Cara. I get it. If anybody here knows what it's like to struggle with that, it's me.
I know. I know all about all of you. But you know that already.
There's gonna be a loud sound cutting everyone off as the Colonel shoots at her through the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, Colonel.
Nice, man.
The glass
Shatters.
does not shatter. It eats the
Didn't
bullet.
think of it.
She never tested it.
Or
So-
Her eyes
bulletproof, right?
widen.
she thought
Yeah,
she got
it's,
the bulletproof, but
It is bulletproof. They're like the cinematic shot of it splintering over her face as you shoot, and she says, "Whoa, too early." She points up at a timer that says 5 minutes above her head. She says, "I haven't even explained the rules yet."
I don't give two shits even close about your rules, your sorrows, or whatever your goddamn sob story is for behaving like the devil. Step out right now, and I'll show you what a good person is.
I don't want you to worry, Colonel. You'll have your opportunity. And she turns around and click-clacks some of the buttons on the computer in front of her, which the timer starts counting down. And she stands and she says, "In 5 minutes, the glass will lift." I wanted to at least give you an opportunity to ask any questions, and not you specifically, Colonel, anyone else who has any questions. She holds up her hand, and in her hand there is a, looks like a remote detonator, kind of with her thumb against the button. She says, "This is the last challenge after all, but I don't think that we need Brian to explain the rules."
Okay. What you gonna do?
When the glass lifts, you can either shoot me, or this remote detonator will take out anyone who currently has 3 strikes loved ones, which would be Samuel, Colonel, and Dr. Scorsone. Josephine, Trent, congratulations. You both made it to the end, and your loved one is intact. You're done. So you are free to participate if you like. Once the glass lifts, you are welcome to exit the door on my left and reconvene with your loved one.
I'm gonna reach up and tear the body cam I have on me off finally, and
Yeah.
whatever fucking audio piece I have on me as well. Toss it on the
Carl.
ground.
Oh, go ahead.
Adjust my suit and just kind of shake my shoulders out. Oh, finally.
What was the point, Kara? Really, I don't get it. It can't be who's a good person. There has to be more to it than that.
I'm glad you asked. What is the point?
Ugh.
I wanted to create a message. I wanted to create something that will make waves long after I'm gone, after anyone is gone, after you're gone, like a work of controversial art that hangs in a museum. I wanted to show the world that if you create something willingly hurting people, not behind the masks of feel-good reality TV and editing, if you make the stakes fucking known, that people will still willingly partake and indulge for the sake of entertainment. Without empathy. Or remorse.
Right. So, when the glass lifts, if we decide to kill you, our loved ones are fine?
That's right. She holds up the button.
I'm going to look to the Colonel to see if that is even fucking close to being true. He better bust all your fate points to get like a high empathy on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna warn you. We're about to look at a -1 on this roll. Hey, positive.
The bomb was fake before, so it wouldn't there'd be precedent here.
And just for safety, I'm gonna tap for all are innocent until proven guilty.
Alright. For the 4, as you look at her, and you really don't see any wavering in her conviction. She believes what she's telling you, and that trigger in her hand absolutely could do damage to people's loved ones.
He'll turn to Sam, and in that rapport they've established, that good cop, bad cop, what's the gesture? I guess he nods his head once.
I don't think you've proved a damn thing, Kara. You say we're indulging, we're not. We're doing this for love, for the people we fucking care about.
You are, but the people who are going to watch this, and there will be people who watch this, we're going to see what kind of society we've created.
Kara.
Yes, Doctor?
Brian, no. Brian.
Brandon.
If I could call you
Brandon.
Brian,
Look at that.
that's not how names work.
Kara, you are too smart to think that you're the first person that's ever presented the world with a view of how cruel it can be. With 5 minutes online and a VPN, I could watch somebody across the earth kill somebody for real with enough money. This is a pedestrian, small-minded idea.
This isn't a language they will understand. I have thrown everything that I have to make them pay attention. I have used every connection that I can pull to make them have to watch. The entertainment industry, the media, people, my parents sucked my sister dry like leeches until there was nothing left. It's just a symptom, Doctor. Corporations and the rich widening the gap between themselves and the average person by numerical values unfathomable. And yet people allow themselves to be entirely numb to it, indulging in their guilty pleasures designed to keep the populace busy with this garbage.
You've humiliated 5 people and put a dozen other in danger to commit suicide. The worst part of this entire experience is there's nothing that I can do or say to convince you otherwise before the Colonel and I take your life from you because you've given us no other choice. Go ahead and die a martyr, Kara. It's not what you are. If there's anything waiting for you on the other side of these bullets, you're going to see that. He's just going to step forward and fucking pull the hammer back. He's going to look to you, Colonel.
I've got a question for you, Kara. Just a little something.
Yes.
What would you have done if one or all of us just decided not to play your little game?
Well, it would have been disappointing.
Why? Because we would have proved that somehow, even in the worst circumstances, some people do seem to stand up for something that's good. That you would be wrong.
But I wasn't wrong, was I?
If you push someone far enough, I suppose... No, you weren't wrong.
And if we don't push people at all, they'll continue to do nothing. Well, if we have no more natural dialogue, we'll probably just end there with the counter time. Eh?
I don't know. I don't know what's a whole other encounter versus an appropriate thing to end on.
I think the counter going down is probably appropriate to end on, just because I think what happens next it'll be up to all of you. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just do one line to lead us into it to
have at it.
establish my plan. He says to really think of the appropriate poignant thing. I pity you exactly as much as I figured I would. I knew that you would have some jackbooted, self-important rant, but what I never assumed was that you would be as young as you are, and thinking that you understand anything about human nature, that you would interpose yourself in such an important way. A 5-minute discussion has nothing left to show us. He's going to, place his hand up on the glass and just start trying to force her to open it early and say, "Open this now. You don't want to debate, you simply want to proselytize. Well, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of thinking you've taught me anything other than my capacity to end evil. Open this now."
Oh, I see. You want to provoke her to open it early.
Gonna start trying to wear her down mentally. And initiate
Sorry.
mental combat, I suppose. So we got a room full of people here who can provoke.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. My sheet's all messed up. Alright, so that significantly does 1 stress.
I can settle for One stresses my opening lob on a shit roll.
She'll just kind of make a self-satisfied sneer. She'll say, "You still got 2 minutes."
Well, I can't wait a second longer than one, so let's say we get her to open this.
I want to roll a crafts on the mirrors.
Alright.
Damn.
And that's to see if they're actually mirrors. And I can see through them.
They are, in fact, bulletproof glass. There's no illusion here that you can tell. You're looking straight through them.
Okay.
You worked in the glass factory for 13 years.
Pink, pink. That's glass.
Samuel's going to narrow his eyes. That's it.
Huh. Yeah, you got to decide one of these final lines to end on, Mac. We're doing a lot of bangers here, and people keep doing last lines.
I did try to cut it. You said you had a line, so I want to let you do it.
That was it. That was like 7 of them ago when I provoked her. It was supposed to be like, and now we're all squaring up for battle. Da-na, next time.
Trent gets antsy and he starts shooting everybody.
Oh, I get it.
Trent fans the hammer.
All right, the camera cuts back as the timer's counting down, and you all band together to make a final decision.